Hello everyone, welcome back to another deck idea brought to you by Double Sleeves. Today we're going to be covering the green Master Roshi deck coming out in Dawn of the Z Legend. As always, we've got the deck in front of you if you prefer to flip through the cards in your own time, but if you do want to go through a more in-depth kind of process of each individual card, we're going to be covering that in today's video. Starting off with the leader, we've got Master Roshi. Auto, when this card is placed in your leader area, activate up to one Master Roshi's training from your deck. So be sure not to miss that trigger, but we're going to be playing the field card immediately as soon as we put our leader down. Auto, when this card attacks a leader or unison, draw one card, then add up to one card from your life to your hand. So great that we're able to attack leader or unison. There's a lot of old leaders that only draw when we attack our opponent's leader, so it's good to have that versatility. And the Self-Awakener is always great as well, because when we get our life down to 4 or less, or we have 3 or more Turtle School cards with energy cost of 3 or more in play, we get to draw 2 cards and then flip over. On the backside, we're just a standard 15k leader. We've got an auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card, then use up to 1 green Turtle School card with 5000 combo power from your drop in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. So we're going to be able to offensively swing 20k each turn as long as we've got that Turtle School card in the drop area. Then an activate battle. Choose one Master Roshi's training in your battle area and place it in the owner's drop. For each Turtle School card with a different character name in your Z energy, this card gets plus 5000 power and double strike for the battle. We've seen a lot of leaders recently have this kind of once-off double strike effect, so it's good to be able to have something to close out the game without relying on Champa. And it forces our opponent to keep an eye on their life and the amount of different Turtle School cards that we're going to have in our Z energy. But we do have the field card. Before we go into some of the battle cards within the deck, we've got Master Roshi's training. It is a 3 cost that we're able to play for free. Field, activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, and then we get to play up to 1 green Turtle School card with an energy cost of 1 from the deck, and then shuffle. We also have an activate main once per turn. Play up to 2 Turtle School cards with an energy cost of 1 from the deck and or drop area in our opponent's battle area in rest mode with their skills negated for the turn, and then shuffle our deck if we look through it, and we're not able to play non-World Tournament or non-Turtle School battle cards for the turn. So we do lock ourselves into the kind of effects that we have from then on. So just be mindful when activating that effect that we're not able to play some of our other cards for the remainder of the turn. But really good to be able to play these couple of 1-drops that we have within the deck in our opponent's side of the field that we can then swing into, since a lot of our deck revolves around KOing our opponent's battle cards, similar to the Beerus and Whis that we saw in Realm of the Gods, but this deck does it just a little bit better. Kicking us off, we've got Son Goku Training's Beginning. It's a 1-drop 4k permanent. This card can't be KO'd by skills. And then an auto, when this card is played, look at up to 3 cards from the top of the deck, add up to 1 green Turtle School card among them to our hand, and then we're going to place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then an auto, when this card is used in a combo from your battle area, it gets minus 4000 combo power for the battle. So it gets brought down to a 1000 combo battle card. Then we've got Krillin Training's Beginning, same permanent, and then when this one's played we get to draw 1 card, and then the same auto of losing the 4000 combo power if it gets comboed from the battle area. And then the last 1-drop, we've got Yamcha Training's Beginning, again 1-drop 4k, can't be KO'd by skills. When this one is played, we get to look at the top 5 cards of the deck and add up to 1 green Turtle School card with an energy cost of 5 or less from our deck to our hand. And then we've got the auto, when this card is used in a combo, we get the minus 4. So really good to be able to play these battle cards onto our side of the field and then play some more copies on our opponents in rest mode, and then we can immediately swing our battle card into theirs, and we can essentially just KO them or force our opponent to start comboing to prevent us from getting our effects. Some of those effects include Son Goku skills improved, so we've got the auto limit 1 for 1 green energy. If you choose one of your green Turtle School Son Goku childhood cards with the energy cost of 1 and place it in the owner's drop area, when one of your cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, we get to draw a card and then play this from our hand. We've also got an auto limit 1. When this card attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, we switch this card to active mode and our opponent discards 1 card from our hand. So we're starting to see a bit more synergy by playing 2 of their 1-drops on our opponent's side of the field. We can swing one of our 1-drops into theirs if our opponent doesn't want to combo and lose cards from hand, and we do KO it. We can then play this card from our hand and then swing into the other 1-drop that's on the field as well. Next we've got Krillin, skills improved. This one's a 20k critical dual attack. Again, we've got the auto limit 1 for 1 green energy. If you have 3 or more energy and you choose one of your green Turtle School Krillin childhood cards with an energy cost of 1, place it in the drop area. When one of your card attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, we get to play this card from our hand. So now this one is just when a card attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, so that can be leader or unison as well. But we do just need to remove that Krillin from our field. We've got an auto limit 1. If this card is in battle, when your opponent activates a counter skill, they discard 1 card from hand. Another great effect, especially swinging 20k critical dual attack. Our opponent's either going to have to combo out or take the critical, and if they do decide to negate, well then they're going to be discarding cards as a result. Next we've got Son Goku Faded Rival. This one's a 30k double strike barrier. We've got an evolve for 3 energy over the Son Goku childhood with an energy cost of 3 or more. So our skills improved Son Goku. And then we've got auto, if your leader is green, when this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and KO it. Some really good removal on this card. And then we're going to be playing it with an activate main for 2 green energy. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you place one of your Saiyan, Earthling, or Namekian cards, all green, from your Z energy at the bottom of the owner's deck, we get to play this card from hand. So a 30k double strike with barrier for 2 energy is insane. But paired alongside that, we've also got Piccolo Jr. Faded Rival. This one's a 6-drop, 25k, 3 specified green dual attack. We've got the evolve for 2 energy over a Piccolo Jr., which we're not going to be really utilizing in this deck, more in the King Piccolo deck as opposed to this one. But we've got the auto, if your leader is green, when this card attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. This is not a once per turn effect, so we've got 2 attacks and we can force our opponent to discard 2 cards. And alongside of that, we're swinging 25k, so we can put a lot of pressure on our opponent's hand with this battle card. And we're going to be playing it with the activate main limit 1 for 1 green energy. If you have a Son Goku Faded Rival in play, play this card from your hand and then choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove 1 marker from it for each card in your Z energy. So again, if we're able to accumulate a lot of Z energy, we can easily play this card for 1 energy and wipe out a 3 or 4 marker unison without even needing to swing at it. Next we've got Chi-Chi Promise Fulfilled. This is a counterplay. If your leader is a Son Goku card and you place this card in the owner's drop, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 2 or less, place it in the owner's drop area. So we can use this on our leader's awakened side, which is really good since we currently have a lot of floodgates within the game that are 2 or less. So just being able to hit those cards and stay on theme for the deck. We've also got the permanent, if your leader is a green Turtle School card, and you get to reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1, so bring it down to a 1 cost. And then an auto, when this card is played, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 green Son Goku doesn't have any kind of energy cost requirement, just needs to be a green Son Goku, which is really good. We can search out our 6-drop and our 3-drop, and then add it to our hand and shuffle the deck. So a couple of different uses depending on if we want to counterplay or just play this card from our hand, but a lot of good synergy. Next we have Son Goku, the long-awaited green match. This is a 15k unique with barrier. We've got a permanent. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you have a Tien Shinhan, the long-awaited rematch in play in your battle area, this card gets plus 10,000 power and triple strike, making it a 25k triple strike with barrier. And then we've got an auto for 1 green energy. If all of your energy is green and you have a green battle card in play, play this card from your hand and then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Pretty easy to get a green battle card in play with this deck, so even just a 15k with barrier is pretty good. but when we can give this card 10,000 and triple strike by getting the Tien out, well, that's even better. Tien is a deflect double strike 20k. We've got a permanent. This card can't be played from any area by skills other than its own, which is fine. And then we've got an auto. When this card is played, choose all of our opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less and KO them. So a really good board wipe. And then we've got the activate main for 2 green energy. If you have a Son Goku, the long-awaited rematch in play this card from your hand. So for 3 energy, we can establish a 25k triple strike and a 20k double strike that wipes our opponent's board. That's pretty good. Next, we've got a couple of copies of Trading Blows Son Goku. This is a 1-drop 5k, and when we play this card, if our leader is a world tournament and our opponent has 5 or more cards in hand, our opponent chooses 1 card and sends it into the drop area. So some hand destruction as well, which will pair up quite nicely with our Unison. SS Bardock Paternal Unison. It's a 2-drop 15k. We've got the +1 activate main. You may choose one of your green battle cards with an energy cost of 1 and KO it. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. So we're not able to hit our training's beginning cards since they do have permanents that prevent them from being KO'd, but we can hit the Training Blows Son Goku, forcing our opponent to discard another card. So for 1 energy, we've forced our opponent to discard 2. On top of that, we've got the -3 activate main. This card gets +5,000 power and triple attack for the turn, which is really good if our opponent doesn't keep our Unison in check. And then we've got the auto. When your opponent combos, you may place up to 1 card from their combo area in the owner's drop area. If you do, negate this skill for the turn. So another sensational effect with this deck, since we've got a lot of critical and some double strike within it, but also we want to be KOing our opponent's battle cards. So if our opponent decides to try and combo out of our attacks, well, then they're going to need to spend an extra card thanks to our Unison. Going back now, we've also got SSB Kaioken Son Goku Might's Calling from Realm of the Gods. This is just a bit of a cheeky tech. It's 20k double strike, auto limit 1 for 1 green energy. If your leader's green and this card is in the combo area, when one of our green battle cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, play this card from your combo area. So we can establish really early as well and put pressure on our opponent's Unison or leader. And when this card attacks, we get to choose 1. We can choose one of our opponent's battle cards and KO it, or our opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. So being able to establish early, put pressure on our opponent's Unison and our opponent's hand is really good. Overwhelm for the deck, we've got Dark Temptation Toa. It's Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, if your leader is green or yellow, choose one of your leader cards and it gains +5,000 for the duration of the turn. And then our opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the drop area. So some more hand destruction and boosting up our leader alongside the free combo effect. We can make our leader a 25k, but also if we're going for game and we want to pop our Master Roshi's training, then it's just an extra 5k boost as well. Super combo, we got Great Saiyaman. If our leader's green, life's at 4 or less, and all of our energy is green, we get to bottom deck a card, draw 2, and it gets the +10,000 combo power. Frieza, a pretty big staple for green at this point. Counterplay if we have a Unison with 2 or more markers, and then we get to KO a 7 or less battle card. Dormant Potential, we don't get to negate the attack, but it's counter attack, and additionally we get to drop a green card, and our opponent can only attack 1 more time for the turn. And when we activate this effect, when we activate Dormant Potential, we get to KO up to a energy cost of 2 of our opponent's battle cards. And then we've got Homicidal Clones, another pretty big staple for green. 2 energy, negate the attack, play the token that has blocker for the turn, which we can activate by taking a life to our hand if we have 5 or less life. And then the SER, we've got Majin Buu, Incarnation of Demonic Evil. This is a 40k ultimate double strike counter. If a card other than our leader is in battle, negate the counter attack skill and then play this card. We've got the permanent, if our leader's mono green or a black demon realm race, then when activating this card's counter skill, we reduce the energy cost by 7, making it a 3 cost counter, similar to the cooler. We can't use this on our leader, but we can use it with the various triple strike and double strike battle cards that we do have within the deck to push for game if our opponent decides to tap out for some kind of floodgate or negate. And then the last battle card we've got is King Piccolo Limitless Power, an old promo, I believe around when World Martial Arts Tournament came out. Now this is a 20k double strike with an activate main. If you have 4 or more energy, you may choose 2 World Tournament cards in any battle area, negate their skills for the duration of the turn, and place them in the owner's drop area. If you do, play this card from your hand and you can't activate King Piccolo Limitless Power for the turn. So a great card to kind of pop some of the other World Tournament cards that we do have as well if they do stick around on the field, and then we can free play a 20k double strike, which is again reminiscent to King Piccolo and New Ruler. Now some of our little weenie 1-drop battle cards don't have that World Martial Arts Tournament tag, so we just want to keep this for some of our other ones that we do have. Some of our bigger cards do have that World Tournament tag, so if we just need that final push, then we can start popping some of our bigger battle cards to get this one out. Then moving into the Z deck, which is the new mechanic for Dawn of the Z Warrior, Dawn of the Z Legend, I believe the set's actually called. We've got Son Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha Turtle School Inheritors. It's a 3-drop and 2 Z Energy battle card, 20k deflect, activate main. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you place 1 Turtle School card from your Z Energy in the owner's drop, play up to 1 green Turtle School card with 20,000 power that doesn't have Master Roshi as a character name, and which you haven't played this turn, from your deck with its keyword skills negated for the turn, and then shuffle your deck. So we've got a couple of different cards that we can play, like the Goku and the Krillin. And then we've got the Frieza Resurrected Ambition. This is a 2-drop, 2 specified green, 1 Z Energy, 15k deflect double strike. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost of 5 or less, KO it. Auto once per turn. Place 1 of your Z Energy in the owner's drop. When one of your other green battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. So again, with some of the battle cards that we have, that when they swing, our opponent discards, we can then force them to discard another card and have to deal with a 15k double strike, which can easily remove markers off unisons or put pressure on our opponent's leader. But that is the deck. Let me know what you guys think, if there's some cards that perhaps I've missed out on that you think might be better suited for the deck. I have decided to leave Yamcha out, the 3-drop I believe it is specifically. I didn't really find a place for it within the deck, but I did want to have that top 5 search. But if there's anything else that you think might be better suited for the deck, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next deck idea.